Welcome back to my channel. My name is Eva, and on this channel we talk about ADF, alternative fasting, and weight loss. And as you can tell by the title of today's video, today we're talking about dry fasting and why I no longer do dry fasting. When it comes to fasting, everybody has their own definitions of what a fast looks like. Some people, do water, some people do coffee, some people drink tea, some people take their supplements. Everyone has their definition of what a fast day looks like for them. For me personally, fast day for me has evolved over time. From the time that I started doing ADF to where we are at now in December, my fasts are completely different and they've changed in ways that I could never have predicted when I first started this journey. As the year progressed, I found myself drinking less and less coffee. So I think by the end of the summer and into the fall, I was maybe drinking a cup of coffee a day, if even that. And sometimes I would even skip days where I just did not drink coffee at all. And it wasn't something that I planned on doing. It just kind of happened. I don't know why, but I just didn't need as much coffee as I used to at the beginning of the year. So something that I haven't mentioned yet is that I took off 2 months from fasting in the summer because I had gotten to my goal weight of the year. And I was like, well, I've lost all this weight. I don't need to keep fasting. But I needed to keep fasting because I ended up gaining too much weight during those 2 months. I ended up gaining 10 pounds back that I had already lost. So at the beginning of October, I was like, all right, time to get back into fasting and get back into weight loss because, even after I've hit my goals, if I've gone back by 10 pounds, that means I've only lost 20 pounds this whole year. That's not a good move. And it's not a good feeling after having lost 30 pounds. And my goal at the end of this whole process is to lose 50 pounds. So you can see why I needed to get back into fasting. So I get back into fasting and I want to challenge myself and do dry fasting because up until that point, I had never done a dry fast ever. I've always drank water. I've always drank coffee on my fast days. So this was going to be new territory for me. So yeah, I go into dry fasting and I tried 1 day of dry fasting and I was like, oh, it's not so bad. I can do this. So the next week I did 2 days of dry fasting. And then the third week I did all my fast days were dry fast days on the third week. But let me tell you, by the end of those 3 weeks, I was so dehydrated, to the point where if I was on the floor playing with my kids and I got up, I would see stars in my vision. I would need to support myself on the wall because I felt disoriented. And yeah, my skin was dry. My lips were so chapped. It was not a good look. I was dehydrated. So I was like, maybe this whole dry fasting thing is not for me. So the reason why I ended up getting so dehydrated is because me not drinking any water or drinking anything at all on my fast day would bleed into feast day. On feast day, I would find myself not drinking water. So let's say this is Monday. Today's Monday, I'm dry fasting. Tomorrow's Tuesday, I don't drink as much water. I maybe drink a glass of water the whole day. And then we go back into fasting on Wednesday. I don't drink any water. And then Thursday, the same thing happens. I don't drink hardly any water at all. And then you can see how by the end of the week, it's just, I'm not drinking enough water, period. So that after the third or into the third week is when I started to feel really dehydrated. And that's kind of when I quit doing dry fasting. So that's the reason why I don't do dry fasting anymore. There's just too much to lose because I don't want to end up in the ER because of dehydration. And I could see myself getting there if I had continued to do dry fasting. So now I am back to keeping it nice and simple. I don't drink coffee anymore. And that was, again, kind of how I stopped drinking water on my feast and fast days. I kind of stopped drinking coffee on my feasting and fasting days. And now I'm to the point where I just don't drink coffee anymore. And it's so bad that if I do drink coffee, I get even just 1 cup of coffee, I get super jittery, super shaky. It's like I'm crawling out of my skin type of a feeling, to the point where I even get headaches, which is so ironic because at the beginning of the year, had I missed drinking coffee just 1 day, I would get headaches and I would feel just as bad. But now I get headaches when I drink coffee. I would never have predicted that this would be my life now, but here we are. So yeah, fast days for me now look like I drink these. I try to drink 3 or 4 of these a day. And then I also drink plain water. These are calorie free. They don't have any calories. They don't have any sweeteners, but they do have natural flavors, whatever that means. I don't know. But these, I used to drink these even when I wasn't fasting, like a long time ago. I've been drinking these for many years. So I kind of was like, well, this is water, so I'm not gonna stop drinking it now that I'm fasting. And I'm not the kind of person who drinks soda, and I'm not a juice drinker. I'm just not a sweets kind of a person. So day to day, these are what I prefer. They're not super sweet. They're not sweet. They're not, you know, they're just like sparkling water with a hint of flavor. These are really good. And then I'll just drink plain water, and that's what fasting for me now looks like. So you can see how my fasting has evolved from the beginning when I started in February to where we are now in December. So would I recommend dry fasting? I would. If you're the kind of person that on your feast days, you know you're gonna get the water in throughout the day, then dry fasting is possible. It is not for the faint of heart. It's hard. It's hard to not drink anything all day long and eat anything all day long. But I did it, so it's definitely doable. And if I can do it, you can do it too. But just make sure that if you're gonna try dry fasting, that you're drinking a lot of water on your feast days. So that is the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.